Hello everyone, welcome to another poorly lit, bad weather, not my fault, FOTN review. This is for the fight of the night at UFC Fight Night Rodriguez vs. Stevens in Mexico City, Mexico at the Mexico City Arena, and bizarrely, it wasn't the main event between Yair Rodriguez and Jeremy Stevens, because that fight was over in 15 seconds after an accidental leg poke. But the fight of the night that we did get was pretty fucking great. The co-main event between Carla Esparza and Alexa Grasso. Carla Esparza would wind up winning by majority decision, and I'm gonna basically tell you if I thought the fight was good or bad. Well, I just gave it away. I actually thought this fight was really good. So we're gonna try and go through it as best as we can. So, round one, I think Jason Herzog is the referee for this as well, and one thing I like about having Joe Martinez as the announcer for more international events is because he speaks other languages very fluently. So hearing him say all the Spanish language he was doing really effortlessly, that was cool. I appreciated that. So Carla Esparza versus Alexa Grasso, the actual fight itself. It starts off really well, and the two trade back and forth. At first it's hard for Esparza to really get a good counter off, especially with Grasso moving in so much. And this becomes one of the main stories of the fight. Carla Esparza's experience and the fact that she was the first ever women's strawweight UFC champion against Alexa Grasso's raw talent, the fact that she's been on a massive tear lately. Even if she doesn't win all the fights, she always puts on a great performance. So, that's always the thing. And that was basically the same story throughout this fight. In round one, it was definitely Carla getting the better of Grasso. She couldn't really get a handle on the striking, and when she did, it was mostly in the clinch. It was the long-range striking where Grasso was starting to get more of an advantage. But Esparza started hitting with takedowns. I think she landed about 3 or 4 in round one, and she managed to get some really good, really good submission attempts. And there was a lot of nail-biting moments where it looked really close. And every time they would get back up, because Grasso didn't just stay on the ground. Like I mentioned, Carla managed to land 4 takedowns. Grasso got out of those really quickly, and even when she didn't, she went back up swinging. And those were some of the hardest shots landed in the fight, in my opinion. And especially in round one. So yeah, round one was fairly even, and I think that's where the draw part of it sort of comes out, because majority decision is one judge scores it a draw, the other two score it for one of the fighters. So yeah, I feel like round one is the one where it was mostly a draw. Round two, well, obviously that's scored across all 3 rounds, but still you get my meaning. Round 2 was definitely where things started to change. Esparza was landing more on the feet, but Grasso was also landing more. Grasso was keeping her range, she was sticking to her game plan, and she was starting to stuff Carla Esparza's takedowns near the end of the round. And here's where it gets interesting. Carla Esparza starts to slow down because she's expending a lot of her energy on the takedowns. And then, near the end of the second round, there's more submission attempts, and I think, there's an armbar attempted. I think this is in round 2 or 3, I forget. And then after Esparza gets out of that, Grasso goes for a triangle choke. I think that is in round 3 now, though I remember it correctly. But still, it was great moments. But near the end of round 2, the most interesting thing that happened was after Grasso got back up from a takedown attempt, bear in mind that word was attempt, Esparza went for a takedown but didn't land it. Grasso managed to sprawl, and when she got back up, she twisted her left ankle. And we see at the start of round 3 that she's putting more weight on her right foot than on the left. It's not a lot, it's not a huge difference, but she did twist something, it seems like. Props to her, she managed to bear through the pain. I think the adrenaline just kicked in for the last 5 minutes of the fight, but yeah, her left foot did look pretty messed up, but it also looked completely normal, and it didn't even phase her. She's probably getting surgery for it as we speak, I don't know. But yeah, round 3 was definitely where the script started to reverse massively, because in round 1, Esparza was definitely more dominant. Round 2, it was sort of a mix, because Esparza was trying to keep to her game plan, but Grasso was catching on to it and starting to get more of her way. In round 3, it was definitely more Grasso's round, especially considering that I think she landed a takedown. And obviously, the submission transitions as well, with the armbar attempts, which looked really close to being over. That was one of the closest looking submissions. And if Esparza turned the wrong way with the way her left arm was, that would have been broken. I honestly feel like it would have been broken, but she pulled through. And then Grasso went for a triangle choke, and it was just really exciting, really back and forth action. And the stand-up game wasn't lacking either. I mean, both women landed some hard shots. set up good things with leg kicks, had some good body shots, but it was mostly like the headshots, especially from Grasso. Man, I feel like this is definitely a candidate for Fight of the Year. I really, really enjoyed this. Like, the crowd was super into it as well. With, Mexican crowds are usually into those styles of fights, and Esparza, in my opinion, she did do enough to get the majority win. I feel like it could have ended in majority, or it could have ended in a split decision win for her. But I feel like split decision win would have been a bit more controversial with the Mexican fans, considering that Alexa Grasso is from Mexico and Carla Esparza is not. But it was still a really entertaining, enjoyable, hard-hitting, gritty fight. I don't really have a lot of detraction points from it. I just wish I could remember more of it, like when I watched it yesterday. But I couldn't record and review it yesterday because I had to have lunch, so yeah, we had a lovely tuna pasta bake, but that's obviously the least important thing. But my point is, this is a front runner for Fight of the Year, and it might have taken us a while, but it's really good. It's easy to find as well, so if you can hunt it down, go listen to it. And yeah, it's definitely going to be on my list this year. This was super enjoyable, and I really, really, really liked it. And I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while. Let's see, when's the next fight night? This weekend. Let's see. Hermansson versus Cannonier. So have a look at the actual fights. One of the prelims. Lando Venato versus Mark Takesi. I really hope this fight of the night. If not, I'll review whatever the fight of the night is. But I'll see you all for a top 10 list. I actually have one prepared now. They're all written. You're going to see a top 10 list this week. And there'll be PPW probably streamed tonight, hopefully. And like more UFC stuff and more of the normal stuff that I do. And I'll see you all for whatever's next. But yeah, once again, if you can find this fight, go look for it. It's really good. It's worth it. And as always, thank you for listening. You're awesome. Bye-bye.